Everything in your life can change with this simple exercise, because everything you're experiencing right now in your world is happening based on this. It's based on your past, your beliefs, and everything you consent to be as true. So if you can go back into your past and change certain things, even with revision, like Neville Goddard called it revision, the revision exercise, and change things from your past, that will alter your future and your present concept of yourself, which will ultimately change your future. So this exercise will absolutely change your life, and you can determine certain things that are in your life that are actually causing these things to happen to you. Like if your life, like you're being treated in a way that you don't like, or you're just not happy, or your life is just not exciting and you just don't feel fulfilled, and these things just aren't happening the way that they're supposed to happen in your life. This is all based on your past beliefs, certain traumas and things that have happened to you in your past. But you have the privilege of changing that. I'm going to teach you how to do that in this video. Okay, so I'm going to give you a really good example of how this works and how it can work for you. Okay, so I was just on a phone consultation with one of my clients, and I was talking to her, and she was explaining certain things that are happening to her in her world, and that nothing really excites her, and she's not doing the things that she wants to do, and people just aren't treating her the way that she wants to be treated. So I allowed her just to expound on all of these things, and I was just listening to her and everything, and then as the conversation went on, she actually went back to her childhood, and she said, these men in her life right now are treating her exactly like, and she came out, this is where she came out with it, just like my grandfather did, just like my father did, just like my stepfather did, where they didn't give me any presents for Christmas, and they said that I was worthless, and they said that they didn't love me, and they were buying presents for everyone else, but they never bought me any presents, and they did it intentionally. And I said, okay, stop right there. These are the things in your life from your past that are creating everything the way that it is now. You're actually creating this to happen to you now because you believe that these memories of your past are real. And then you're reinfecting yourself with these things to happen to you today. These things that are happening to you in your life, you're not motivated. You don't feel loved by anyone. You're being treated this certain way still in your life, exactly how they treated you. So what happened was, when your grandfather treated you or told you that he didn't love you, one of the very first root causes of this, that changed your concept of yourself in that present moment when you were a child. And then then with that present concept of self, you believed that you weren't deserving and that you weren't loved and you weren't somebody that could be loved. So then you created your father to tell you the same thing. Then your father came back and then reinforced that because you reinfected yourself from your grandfather now to your father. And then your father tells you the same thing. And then your stepfather later tells you the same thing. And then now you have relationships in your life where the people are telling you the exact same thing now. They're not responding to your calls or your emails, or they're not treating you the way that you want to be treated. And this is all happening from your past beliefs. And this is what I explained to her in the phone consultation. Okay, so this is where it is. You need to go back in your mind and find the most traumatizing event in your past, which one stands out to most to you, and you need to change it, because this is why your life today is the way that it is, because you're living in that world with this concept of yourself. This version of yourself that you are right now that was traumatized when you were a child, feeling like you weren't loved or you weren't deserved, is the reason why all this stuff is happening to you. So we're going to go back. We're going to use revision. And I had the privilege of actually learning this from my grandfather, and then because my grandfather learned it from Neville Goddard himself. So I had great teachers to learn all these things and experiencing it to work in my own life. Okay, so what I told her was, do this for one entire week. Go back into your past and then revisit that time when your grandfather told you that he didn't love you and that you were worthless, or whatever happened to you that actually really made that scene real to you. Because the more traumatizing something is, the realer it becomes, and then it becomes that memory. Then it becomes impressed into your concept of yourself, because the more you're excited or more that you become hurt about something, the realer that becomes in your reality in that moment. So then you're creating that and reinfecting that into your personality as you go. So what this did was, this first event was created and impressed into her concept of herself, and then created and dovetailed further all the way out into her present moment, which is now. But the past isn't real, so we can change it. And this proves that the past isn't real. If you can go back in the past and change something, then it can't be real. The only thing that's real is the present moment. And we know this from the fourth dimension as well. Time, space, the past exists right now, the future exists right now. So you can change the past or the future right now in the present moment. So if your life right now isn't the way that you want it to be and you're being treated unfairly or some things or you're not being able to manifest things in your life, that's based on your concept of yourself and the things that have happened to you in the past. You're reinfecting yourself with this inner dialogue from your past for some reason. Like if you're trying to manifest $3 million, but you have this inner dialogue that's telling you you don't deserve this. You're not loved. What makes you think that you should have $3 million? This is all created from inside of you and is sabotaging your life. This is the hurt that sabotages your life is from the past. So let's change it. Go back. Determine which traumatizing scene that you have that stands out to you the most in your past and locate it. Find it. Make it real to you right now and then recreate it. Change it. If you had a grandfather that was telling you that you're worthless, that he doesn't love you, or your grandmother, whatever situation this is that you find in your past, recreate it to where your grandfather says, I absolutely love you. You are number one. You deserve everything good in this world to come to you. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to live a fulfilling life. Recreate the scene in your mind. Recreate the scene vividly in your mind, in your imagination. And then once you do it, once you fix and you replace the old traumatic event that happened with the new event, recreate it with the new event, just the way that you want it to be, then replay the characters as they're supposed to be, the way that you want them to be, then loop this in a scene. Create a 20-second or a 30-second movie clip in your mind, thinking from it. Not of it, but from it. You're actually inside of this movie clip. You are the young child in this movie. Replay it over and over and over and over as you're falling asleep. Do this for 20 minutes. Do this for 10, 20, 30 minutes, as long as you can. And fall asleep with this new event that happened to you in your past. And what this will do is it will actually shift you into another parallel reality. It'll shift you to another parallel reality, and it'll instantly shift you because there's an infinite amount of you out there. There's an infinite amount of versions of you in the parallel realities. And there's a version of you out there that is actually living the life of your dreams right now, living the life of your dreams, but they didn't have these past traumatic things in their childhood that you had. And this is that's what's keeping you from that goal or that new life, that life that you want. It's all based on your past and your traumatic things that you think have happened to you, and you've continued to make those things real in your present concept of yourself, which is changing your inner dialogue and recreating into your future. But you can change this as soon as you recreate this traumatic event and you change it to where you're being told that you're loved, you're deserving, you deserve to live a fulfilling life, you deserve all these great things in your life, and that you're loved. Everyone loves you. And you deserve everything. As soon as you create this scene and loop it and fall asleep and impress the subconscious mind with this new past, with this new version of yourself, everything will change. You will shift. You will instantly travel and shift into the version of you that is living the life of your dreams, because you are no longer being held back by your beliefs from the past that you don't deserve anything, because all of this is being created by you. By your inner dialogue, by your inner talking, like Neville Goddard talks about. If you have these past traumatic events, you are hurting yourself by your inner dialogue, telling yourself that you don't deserve anything because your grandfather said that you didn't deserve anything, so you don't deserve this good thing to happen to you. You don't deserve this good relationship to happen to you because your grandfather told you that. Your inner dialogue, your inner conversations are sabotaging you right now in this world. But when you change the past, when you change that traumatic experience, your future has to change with it. You have to shift to that parallel reality that lines up with this fulfilling or deserving version of yourself. So if you're not living the life that you absolutely love right now, you're not living a fulfilled life, and you have bad things that are happening to you and people aren't treating you the way that you want to, revision. Go back and find what's creating. Where's the root cause of this? Because everything is within you, okay? So you have to discover and find out exactly where this is rooted, where this belief is from your past, and change it. Find the scene that stands out to you the most, that makes you feel like you're not deserving, that you're not loved, that you're not supported. All of these things are creating your life right now. So change it. Go back and then recreate that scene. Loop it over and over in your mind for 20 minutes before you go to sleep. Do this for an entire week. Do this for an entire week until you actually land it and actually impress the subconscious mind with a new version of yourself that is worthy of having everything that you want, that is worthy of living a fulfilled life and to be loved, and is worthy of being loved by somebody else and living the life that you want to live. So go back. I encourage you to go back in meditation and find these moments and change them with revision. Revise the scene, and it will change your future. Absolutely. All right, guys, I love you guys very much, and leave any comments in the box below. I wanted to share this with you guys because I was just brought this to my attention, and I just had it in my mind, and I needed to get it out, and I needed to share it with everyone to absolutely change everyone's lives from the inside out. All right, guys, I love you guys very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.